So Swordfish started off as an OEM consumer electronics company, making speakers and power banks, things like that. But a couple of years ago, with Warcraft the movie being our first license, we started getting into the licensed product business. And so now we're focusing on what we like to call collectible electronics, which is a blend of collectible statues and toys and consumer electronics. So really trying to find that white space between having an electronics product that doesn't become obsolete after the new model of any device comes out, and you can still display that on your shelf as a collectible. So imagine if one day, all of a sudden, iPhones get to be 8 inches big, and you have no more use for this. Then you can at least put the cap back on, display these guys as statues. Or if you happen to lose the base or break the base for whatever reason, you can take this guy off, display him as a regular figure. So it's multifunction. Well, there really isn't anybody that's doing this kind of product at the price point that we're at. You have other companies out there that do similar electronics components built into collectibles, and those statues might be upwards of $700, $800, or $1,000. But that just isn't very consumer friendly. It's really just unattainable for most people who just want to have something cool on their desk that has a function that works with something they use every day. Case in point, their iPhone or their Android. Swordfish, where we're a little bit different is we have items that are at a much more consumable price, much more budget friendly, and we offer a wide selection on a range of consumer electronics to mobile accessories, even a laptop backpack. So we have price points that range from $9.99 all the way on up to $99.99, but we've hit every major sweet spot in between to really allow people to buy deep if they want to buy deep, or just buy a small piece of that fantasy to take home or attach onto their phone. We're a small company, so the agility, us being able to really change direction whenever we need or whenever we want, really, and that translates both into personal, professional satisfaction, job satisfaction, but also we can really adjust to the marketplace. So if you're talking about consumer electronics, that changes so quickly. New tech comes out every season, essentially. And if there's a product that we can cater our products for, a device out there, then if we need to, within a span of 3 months or less in some cases, we can change up the size, we can change up the positioning, put in an adapter, whatever we need, because we don't have a lot of upfront cost invested in the production. So I do love that part about working with Swordfish, but also really just the flexibility to work on anything we really want. Really, we're trying to brand ourselves as a consumer electronics, collectible electronics company, but we're also we're going to be expanding in time, because it's not just about making consumer electronics. It's not just about making a statue. We're looking into the market and what consumers are asking for, what they want, and us in some cases in giving them what they don't even know what they want, but we have that freedom and flexibility to do so without incurring tons of upfront investment or cost and overhead. Yeah, so, for instance, so my background is, having worked in corporate, Activision, Hasbro, Spin Master, and there's a process that's involved, right? Initially, it's once you have design and marketing aligned, then you present that to the higher ups, and you get buy-off and sign-off at various stages. Then once you've got all that done, then it's a dog and pony show of a sales summit meeting or a retailer meeting where you have to essentially get sign-off from the buyers and your sales teams. We don't have that. And it's not to say that's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just different. We can take that flexibility that we have of not having to have so many different layers, and we're very flat. So I'm the creative director, but I also work with Darren on sales and marketing. I work with our ops team on production engineering, working with even our internet marketing team building out the websites. It gives us a chance to be hands-on with every little component while not becoming a micromanager. So if we have to micromanage it, we can. If we have to go macro and just get a bird's eye, we can do that too. But that flexibility allows us to really cater the product and focus our manpower on the products and not to have any of that white noise in between that kind of tends to muddy up the waters once in a while. Yeah, well, so we have the phone docks here. Our latest licensor is Hasbro, and we have the Transformers 5 The Last Knight license. And so, the phone docks are always fun to work on. The items like the speakers here, they're always great, but at some point, once you've got a core design, a base design figured out, then it's really about making sure the colors are correct, making sure that the Autobot isn't a Decepticon and vice versa. So these are always great, but when you're talking about a little bit more heart and soul put into the product, it's absolutely products like these. Everything from the design to the sculpt to paint, we are very hands-on. We try our best not to outsource out to China for the early development work because we want to make sure that we're maintaining quality. So it could be something as simple as, the details on a face. If something's not carved in deep enough, we'll make sure that we get the sculptor to carve in deeper. All those little details that we really focus heavily on in making the best possible product for the collectors that we're trying to target. So yeah, these guys are always fun. The next wave, we're gonna have them in maybe some new characters, maybe some cool dueling poses or something like that. But yeah. So this is Transformers Last Knight, and with the movie having released this year, we've got to do 6, right? So fortunately, Hasbro extended our license, and we have Transformers 6, the new Bumblebee movie. It's going to be directed by Mr. Travis Knight of Kubo and Box Trolls fame and Nike's son. Jealous as hell of that, but yeah, we'll be doing Transformers 6, and then we also have Transformers 7. Unnamed title, but we're going to be sticking with the Transformers franchise for the next few years. But for all of the really hardcore Transformers fans out there that maybe this wasn't their cup of tea, we've got Transformers Generation G1. And that is all your classic 80s TV favorites from Optimus and Devastator to Soundwave and Bumblebee and Mirage. We're going to be making some products, maybe not this for every single character, but maybe for some of the more premier characters, like an Optimus or a Devastator or a Predaking. I don't know, who knows, right? But then we're going to be doing a lot of, again, entry-level price point items that really give people a chance to show off their fandom with G1. That's where we get a chance to really expand the character offering with products like speakers and phone cases and phone rings and lower price point items where easy to swap, mix and match, do what you want. But yeah, G1's going to be our next big one. But for all you fans who love Transformers and the new Transformers Expanded Universe, which includes ROM, Micronauts, and Mask, we've got something coming out for that too. So that's always keep us in mind. In addition to the Transformers licenses that we have for the G1 and the Expanded Universe, we're also going to be dipping our toes into Hasbro Gaming Library. So, that includes Monopolies and Connect 4s in operation, all the classic games that everybody grew up with. But we're also speaking with, or working with, Wizards of the Coast on Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering. So, we know that there's a lot of excitement and demand for the Magic and Dungeons and D&D product, especially when it comes to items like phone cases, phone rings, speakers, even statues like this. Even it could be even items that work well with the gaming components, what have you. But we're really excited about that too. I'm a Magic fan, and personally, I'd like to see a lot of stuff come out. So we'll see how that goes.